Hello, fifth grade, and welcome back to an exciting e-learning English class. Today, we're going to continue from Unit 8, Lesson 2. The title of our lesson is called Rainforests. Of course, we have heard of the word rain, and we have learned about forests. But do you know anything about rainforests? Well, if you don't, please watch this video in order to learn new things that are going to surprise you. But first, you have to open up your learner's book on pages 112 and 113. As I said, what do you know about rainforests? For example, do you know about the birds, the trees, the weather, or the animals who live there? Now, a simple definition of the word rainforest. A rainforest is a forest in a tropical area that receives a lot of rain. This is actually a map that shows us the places where we can find rainforests around the world. Usually, we can find them in Central America, South America, Western Asia, Western Africa, and Southern East Asia. So, again, we can find them in these places. Look here, for example, we have the Amazon rainforests in South America, we have the rainforests of Central America, we have the Congo rainforest that is in West Africa, and we also have rainforests found in southern east of Asia. Now moving on to your learner's book, page 112, paragraph 1. Rainforests are very large wet forests found close to the equator in Southeast Asia, West Africa, and Central and South America. They have very high temperatures and it rains all year round. In a year, it can rain as much as 260 centimeters. So, rainforests are very large. We call them wet forests because it rains all day long. Now, rainforests are found in places that are near the equator. The equator is an imaginary line that divides the Earth into north and south. North and south. So, any country that's near to the equator receives a lot of heat from the sun. That's why this place or any country that is near the equator is really hot and has high temperatures. This is where rainforests are found. Moving on to paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, we're talking about the layers of the rainforests. Actually, the layers are 4, but in our book, they only mention 3 layers. The rainforest is divided up into 3 layers. The canopy is the top layer of the trees, where most of the animals live. These trees can be more than 30 meters high, and it's the noisiest layer of the rainforest. So starting on from the canopy. The canopy is the top layer, but it's not the toppest because the emergent layer is above it. Okay, so in the canopy, most animals live there. Now, the trees are really high and they can reach 30 meters. It's the noisiest layer, of course, because many animals live there. Moving on, the understory is underneath the canopy and has some shorter trees and bushes. So, under the canopy, we have a layer that's called the understory. Now, in the understory, we can't find many animals because most of the animals live in the canopy. So, in this layer, we can find shorter trees and bushes, and we can find some animals. And the third layer is the forest floor. It has very little sunlight and is the quietest layer of the rainforest. Now, we know the layers of the rainforest. Can you look at this picture? And tell me the layers of the rainforest again. Emergent layer, canopy layer, understory layer, and forest floor. So here we have many layers, 4 layers of the rainforest. In our book, we only talked about the canopy layer, the understory layer, and the forest floor. But if you want to know more, please watch this video on YouTube. I think you're going to find some amazing information. Moving on to paragraph 3. In paragraph 3, we talk about the plants and the animals that are found in the rainforest. Did you know that there are 30 million types of plants and animals found there? Let's read this paragraph. There are as many as 30 million types of plants and animals which live in the tropical rainforests. The tiny red-eyed tree frog in the photo is just one of the spectacular amphibians that live there. Well, not only the frog, but we have the parrots, we have cheetahs, and we have the boa constrictor, the sloth, and of course, the famous red-eyed tree frog. These are types of animals which live or are found in the tropical countries that has rainforests in them. Now, an important question. Do you think that rainforests are important? Like, if Earth doesn't have rainforests, are we going to die or there's something's going to happen? Well, of course, rainforests are important, and that's why we're going to read that in paragraph number 4. Rainforests help to protect the world's climate because they take carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, from the air and release oxygen for us to breathe. Many of the natural resources we need, such as vital medicines and food, come from the rainforests too. So, rainforests help our climate. So they work as the saver of the earth. Why? Because they take the carbon dioxide that is found in air and then they give us what? Oxygen. Oxygen is really important for us to breathe, not only for us, but also for animals. Now, not only that, but natural resources can be found in the rainforests, and we can take some important things there that can help us heal and cure ourselves, because rainforests they do an amazing job by giving us the vital medicines and food that we need. Moving on to the process of the greenhouse. As I said, rainforests work to save the climate of Earth. But how do they do that? They work as the greenhouse system. They take the CO2 or the greenhouse gas, and then they release what? They release oxygen. Moving on to paragraph 5, which is the last paragraph. Unfortunately, these rainforests are disappearing. Every second, an area the size of a football field is either cut down for wood to make furniture, to build houses, or to be cleared for farming animals. Action needs to be taken to protect the rainforests now. So, not only they are important, but rainforests face a huge threat. Why? Because they are disappearing. Can you imagine that any second from now, a rainforest is being cut down? Why? Because we need this wood in order to make furniture, in order to build houses, or for farming. That's why an advice for us was that we need to take an action in order to protect these rainforests because they are really important. Now, let's summarize. What did we talk about? As we know, in paragraph number 1, we talked about how rainforests are very large and wet and they receive a lot of rain. In paragraph 2, we talked about the layers of the rainforest, which are the canopy, understory, and the forest floor. A lot of animals and plants live in rainforest. This is in paragraph number 3. In paragraph number 4, how rainforests are important and how do they help to protect our climate. And the last one, what is the threat or the danger that is on the rainforest? Let's solve some important questions in page 113. We have to match the question with the correct paragraph. Why are rainforests important for us? What are the layers of the rainforest? What is a rainforest? And what is happening to the rainforest? The last, what lives in the rainforest? Now, why are rainforests important to us? If you go back to the learner's book, you would know that the answer is in paragraph D, yes. Moving on to number 2, what are the layers of the rainforest? Yes, this is B. 3, what is a rainforest? This is paragraph A. And 4, what is happening to the rainforest? This is E. The last one, what lives in the rainforest? This is in paragraph C. Again, D, B, A, E, C. Now, let's move to exercise 5. Are you ready to learn some new meanings? Of course, you have asked about the blue words that are found in your textbook. What are their meanings? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's start with number 1. What does it mean, a gas which we breathe out? Yes, it's what? It's carbon dioxide. What about weather conditions in a particular area? Of course, climate. A gas which keeps heat in the Earth's atmosphere. Greenhouse gas. What does it mean to defend something? To protect. Okay, the last one. Things such as water, forests, and minerals, which are in a place and can be used by people. Natural resources. Now, let's open up our activity book on page 90. Let's read and label. Now, I helped you in this thing. Number 1, it's the canopy layer. Number 2, the emergent layer. 3, forest floor layer. 4, understory layer. 5th, it's the sleuth. 6, harpy eagle. 7, leafcutter ants. 8, red-eyed tree frog. 9, spider monkey. 10, boa constrictor. 11, hairy caterpillars. And number 12, pygmy glider. 13, toucan. So, look carefully and write them please in your activity book, page 90, question number 1. Now moving on to the activity book, page 91. In page 91, they talk about the strategy of giving an opinion. Now, when you want to give an opinion, of course, we said it's a thought or it's a belief that most of the people believe in. And we can't say that it's true or false. That's why in this strategy, you only agree or disagree with things. Now, moving on to question 2, where we're going to read this amazing paragraph about rainforests again, and we're going to talk about something you have found out. Okay, in this question, they ask you to write a sentence that you think, or you give an opinion of it, where you think you have found out, where you think it has surprised you, or you think it's very important. Now, to help you more, I did some questions. Something you have found out. For example, for me, I have found out that bananas, kiwis, mangoes grow in the rainforest. This is actually can be found in the paragraph that talks about food. Okay, moving on to something that has surprised you. Did you know that I was surprised when I knew that The sugar we put in the cacao or in the hot chocolate or milkshake comes from the rainforest? I was really surprised. Now, the last one is something that you think is very important. For me, I think a healthy rainforest is important for us all. That's why we have to take actions in order to save these rainforests. If it's clear for you, thank you for listening, and I was really happy with you today. So, if you have anything or any question, please don't hesitate sending us an email and letting us know about your opinion or if you have any question. Thank you for now. Have fun.